Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, everybody. I am sneaking up on my 1-year anniversary with the Canon EOS R, and I am not looking back. I am absolutely loving this camera. Just loving it. And just last night I was taking a closer look at my camera, and I figured I'd do a video on 5 things you do not know about the Canon EOS R. I bet you don't. I bet you don't know about the 5 things I'm going to talk about. I dare you to keep track as we go along. I double dog dare you to leave a comment down below after we're all said and done and be honest and tell me how many of the 5 things you knew. Keeping my eye on you. And speaking about honesty, I am honestly loving all the new energy that has come to my channel in the last couple months. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Thank you very much. Obviously, all of you have been with me for a few years now. Keep it going. And really, this has been a great new year, and we just want to keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I mean, I was gonna rhyme, but that's for another time, a different place, a different space. Once again, you guys are all legit. Let's get into the video. So in order to talk about the first thing of 5 things that you don't know about the Canon EOS R, we need to head to the bottom of the camera. On the bottom of the camera, there's this little oval or rounded rubber gasket. If you peel that gasket, it reveals a goldish connector of sorts. Kinda looks like an HDMI connection, but it's not. It's not. It's actually the connection to send all the data for a grip that you would add on to your Canon EOS R. So when you push that grip on, this battery grip, it's gonna give you a different dimension to your camera, but that's the space and place for all of the data to be transferred and for your camera to be functional. Did you know that that's what it was for? Be honest. All right, let's move over, staying on the bottom of the camera, and we're gonna move over to the battery space or the battery compartment. If you open the battery door, that door actually is hinged, and obviously that hinge can break off real easily, but it also can easily come off. With just a little switch of the little toggle there, you can pull that battery door on and off. Simple as that. Did you know that you could pull it off by moving that little switch and toggling it right off? You can put it on as easy as you took it off. Huh? Are you 2 for 2? Be honest. All right. I'm watching you. I see you in there. I see you. I know you are. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Scouts honor here. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, doesn't matter. Oh, it's cookie time. Anybody eat Girl Scout cookies out there? Had my fair share. Had my fair share. All right, for number 3, we're gonna stay down at the bottom of the camera and we're gonna leave the battery door off. And notice right adjacent to the battery door, right there on that rim, there's a little pullback, a little flippy flip of the rubber piece there. And you're wondering, what might that be for? That's so you can actually run a battery that's connected to power, and the battery is, well, hold on a second. Okay, so I don't have one for the Canon EOS R, but for the M50, I have this little get up here. So this plugs into the wall or some type of external power, and then I go ahead and plug this piece into this battery, which is the Canon M50's battery, and then I put this into the camera, but obviously I'm gonna need allowance for this cord to come out of the actual camera, and that's what that little flippy flip part is for. Don't know what it's called, but I bet you don't either. That's number 3. Are you 3 for 3? Come on, let's be honest, you probably did not even know it was there. All right, mateys, let's move on to number 4. It's not really a pirate. Anyways, if we move on to the eyepiece on the Canon EOS R, what most Canon cameras come with is the ability to remove this outer piece of the eyepiece there, so you can actually fit over a cover so it blacks it out. This is very useful when you're doing long exposure night photography and not allowing any light to creep in through the viewfinder. So that's a super important and useful tool. But yes, of course you could cover it with some kind of shirt or what have you, but that is a feature that most Canon cameras have. This camera, the Canon EOS R, does not have that feature. It is actually screwed in. And as you're seeing here, I tried to remove these screws, but I don't think I have the right tool, so I'm not gonna overdo it and strip those screws, so I'm gonna leave it intact. But that is actually how you remove the eyepiece on the Canon EOS R. It does not slide off. So that's number 4. Did you know that? Did ya? Did ya? Bet you didn't. Let's move on to number 5. And for number 5, we're gonna move on to the side of the camera. On the side of the camera, there's an assortment of different connection areas or spots or locations for you to connect different things to your camera. For example, there's an area where you can connect a shutter release cable. So that means you can manually release your shutter with a cable without actually physically touching your camera. This allows you to reduce shake in any scenario where you're going to shoot a long exposure. 2 other connections look very similar. One is for a microphone jack and the other is a headphone jack. This comes in very handy when you want to listen to the audio that's coming into your camera and also to run external audio out from your camera. And then also there's an HDMI output area and also a USB-C output area. I bet you didn't know, but if you look right above the USB-C location, there is a little screw mount right above it. So if you look in the Canon EOS R box that your camera came in, there is this little guide, and it's to guide and keep secure the 2 different lines, the USB-C and the HDMI port. And once you put the cables in there, they're pretty secure, and it's all connected right above the USB-C port. Bet you didn't know about that. I bet you didn't know what that little guide, that little plastic piece inside your box. Go ahead, go get it if you have it. So how'd you do? Were you 5 for 5? Were you 4 for 5? Be honest, leave me a comment down below. But I got a couple bonus ones. So if you look at the top of your camera, you have this 5-dot or hole orientation. That is actually your speaker. And if you look at the front of your camera, and you have a 2-dot orientation on either side of the Canon emblem, those are your microphones. That's right, that's where your microphone is. So hypothetically, you could put a little furry little muff on top of those little holes, and you might be able to get some non-wind noise when you go out and film. Kind of like I did in my last video. Try that again, where I had lots of audio problems, but I got through it. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. All right, that's gonna do it. 5 things you did not know about the Canon EOS R. Come on, be honest. All right, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring that bell to notify you of new videos when they come out. Please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Like this video if you liked any part of it. Remember, videos every Monday and Thursday. Love you guys. Peace.